As a magician, I'm always searching for secret knowledge.
Wow.
I'm searching for secrets that shatter my perspective on what's possible,
This looks incredible.
so that something dangerous might become magical. And something terrifying could become beautiful. I'm searching for performers who will teach me things that are daring and way out of my comfort zone.
Wow. It's crazy.
And that search has brought me to Southeast Asia, where I will experience one of the most intense moments of my career. Some people travel to Thailand for the amazing beaches and food. But I'm here searching for something slightly different. Something dangerous, challenging, even surprising. A playing card can cut like a knife. A chopstick can be used as a weapon. Or teeth can become a vice grip.
ชื่อเล่นชื่อต๋อง เล่นกายกรรมก่อนนั่นแหละครับ อาจารย์ผมเป็นคนที่เป็นทั้งนักมายากล
He was a magician?
Yeah, I know him. The person that taught him.
I've met Tong through Patrick Kuhn. Patrick is a local magician, and he has incredible insights to the kinds of magic I'm most interested in here.
He learned from his master how to train like a tiger, learn everything chopsticks.
Tong makes this look easy,
Open.
I wasn't surprised that Patrick would nail it right away. He's one of my favorite magicians and has created magic that performers around the world use every day. And I'm lucky to experience Thailand through his eyes.
You guys want to see magic?
Magic?
Magic. Look, in Thailand, not many people have experienced magic in person.
Like Patrick, everywhere I go, I have to pull out a deck of cards.
So you remember this one? We're gonna use it after. Whoa! Which did you want?
7.
And you shuffled all the cards. Look under your watch.
Thank you.
Wow, it's miracle. It's not magic.
But this isn't why I'm here.
Blaine.
I cooked scorpions?
Want to try?
Wow.
I came to see things I've never seen
Just like salt and fried.
and try things I've never tried.
Not bad.
Tastes good.
But I'm not here to just eat some fried scorpions. Patrick is going to have to challenge me a little more than that.
I think coming here is going to really push him with his boundary and take him out of his comfort zone a little bit. In Thailand, the urban environment and the wild, they're closer than a lot of places in the world.
Patrick tells me that here, in a humid tropical climate, people live among many wild creatures. And that inspires some very unique acts. So I'm starting my journey in northern Thailand to meet a courageous performer who has broken world records by closely interacting with venomous scorpions.
ดิฉันกาญจนาเกตแก้วนะคะ
She's been dubbed Thailand's Scorpion Queen after performing with scorpions for more than 6 years.
ได้ทำเดทีโลก ให้หยุด33 วัน 33 คืน ในห้องกระจกกับแมงป่อง 5,000 ตัว ได้ทำเดทีโลกไว้ในปากให้นานที่สุดก็คือ
Throughout history, magicians from around the world have worked with dangerous animals to demonstrate their fearlessness and a connection to nature.
นะคะแมงป่องไม่กลัว ถ้าใจถึงพอก็สามารถทำได้ ขอบคุณค่ะ ให้อยู่นิ่งๆนะคะ ไม่ต้องขยับตัว เดี๋ยวจะเอาแมงป่องวางให้ทั่วตัว วางไว้บนตัวนะคะ ให้ได้มากที่สุด
Something I've kept hidden for most of my life is that I have a serious phobia of things that crawl. As a kid, if I would have seen a scorpion in my bedroom, I'd run out and probably never return.
ที่สุดก็คือ เหมือนกับว่าเราไปถูกนิดนึงเนี่ย มันก็เอาแล้วตั้งท่าชูกล้ามแล้วก็ชูหางแล้วจ้องเล่นงานศัตรูอะเพราะว่าสัตว์พวกนี้เขาจะไม่เชื่องค่ะ
With this many scorpions, I was prepared to get stung.
Ugh, I got stung.
เขาโดนต่อย
นิ่งๆนะคะ อันนี้เป็นน้ำมันเขียวไม่ให้พิษแบบว่า
The challenge is to not react, because as soon as you move, they may perceive a threat and are likelier to attack. The oil helps with the pain, but not with the odor.
โอเค
The scorpions smell like rotting meat. And they're crawling all over my body. It's an overload of weird sensation. And I know that I have to stay still.
Thank you.
Kanchana taught me the importance of staying calm and in control, especially while getting stung. And this skill will be essential when dealing with insects that could be deadly, especially when they number in the hundreds of thousands.
จริงแล้วเกษตรกรคนเลี้ยงผึ้งมีก็จำนวนไม่น้อยครับ แต่อย่างผมนี่คือผมอยากจะทำให้มันแตกต่างเริ่มทำได้
Gon has been a beekeeper for more than 10 years.
ปลูกด้านหลัง
At this time of the season, he's in the north of Thailand, where the flowers are best for his bees.
เร่งๆนั่นแหละบังเอิญก็คือมันหนีขึ้นไปบนต้นลำไยเนี่ยครับ ผมก็เลยลองเอามาใส่ตัวดู ไม่ต้องเขย่าใส่ฝาแล้วก็ใส่มาเรื่อยๆพอเริ่มโดนบ่อยๆเลี้ยงนานๆเข้ามันก็เกิดความเคยชินครับเพราะว่าอยู่ด้วยกันนานแล้ววันไหนที่ผมไม่ได้ไปดูผึ้งผมก็จะมีความคิดว่าป่านี้เป็นยังไงอยู่นะ
Bee bearding is a classic act that was first documented in the 1830s by a beekeeper to demonstrate his connection with bees. It's so compelling to watch hundreds of thousands of bees transform into one single organism around him.
แล้วเอาฟอกกี้มา
It looks incredible. It's so striking that after seeing it just once, I know I need to try it myself.
Last night, I kept having these dreams over and over of these swarms of bees everywhere, which is pretty crazy. It really does affect a certain part of my subconscious. So I'm gonna do here.
Yeah.
Gon taught me that you have to respect the bees. They have a highly sophisticated method of communication.
ทับในดีกว่า
Tuck your shirt in.
If a swarm of bees wants to sting you, they will keep attacking you until they're done,
It's okay.
because they're willing to die to protect their colony.
The bees are attracted to black, and I was advised by Gon not to do this.
Yeah.
But since I always wear black, I'm wearing black.
The first step is locating the queen bee, the largest in the hive.
Now I should sit down, Gon.
Yeah.
He's gonna put the queen bee around my neck. Should I hold my hands like this?
Yeah.
The queen bee has a pheromone which is going to attract these bees. They follow and protect her.
Good.
Ready?
โอเคครับ เริ่มเลยครับ
ก็ยกวงนี้ ไปให้ทางแรงอีกถ้ามันเดินมาแถวจมูกแถวขอบปาก เราอย่าไปหายใจรถมัน การหายใจออกมันคือคาร์บอนซึ่งมันทำให้พึ่งมันไม่ชอบ สโมกยังไม่ฉีดยังไม่ฉีด
I'm getting a few stings. I'd say we're up to about 10.
I know how important it is to keep my composure even while being stung. The amount of venom could easily become deadly.
Okay.
เขย่าแค่just เดี๋ยวก็ไอ้อาโก้
เราต้องเอาควีนออกไหมครับ
เอาออก
เอานางพญาออกก่อน
Yeah, I got tons of stings. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. The black. Ah, the mistake was the black.
They're removing the stingers so they don't keep pumping venom into me.
I do have to say, the vibration is amazing.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, when they're first like zzz, and your whole body begins to vibrate, that is crazy. Thank you. It's fascinating to see your connection to nature and to the bees. And it was truly one of the most amazing experiences.
ผมเต็มใจและยินดีมากสำหรับคุณครับ คุณเดวิดครับ
You really feel the power of the bee swarm. It's something that words can never ever explain. The feeling is almost like bliss. It's almost like, I guess like magic. Throughout my career, I've been putting myself in extreme situations where I've had to maintain my composure.
Just pull it right out.
It's a skill set that I've been working on for years. And here in Southeast Asia, I want to see what techniques they can teach me. So my next stop is in Indonesia, where there's an incredible group of people who perform a practice called debus. Their skill set is demonstrating that they have a superhuman pain tolerance. I've been invited to a debus performance in the ruins of Banten Palace, an area destroyed by the Dutch colonizers in the 19th century. The Indonesians couldn't match the firepower of the Dutch colonizers. So as an act of resistance, they honed a martial art called Debus, demonstrating their unique ability to resist pain. Now, 8 generations later, Debus practitioners commemorate this history. For many, their discipline comes from a deep faith in God.
Kalau saya dilarang takut, makanya saya dengan cara saya melawan rasa takut inilah.
The second bite is even bigger.
Debus itu saya dulunya diturunkan oleh kakek saya untuk belajar debus, yaitu tujuannya untuk melestarikan budaya zaman dulu.
For Debus practitioners, their magical acts often involve showcasing the strength of the body with sharp objects.
That's crazy. I cut the paper, right? You take real razor blades, slice it, and then eat them?
This is so dangerous. I've never even seen this before.
Makanya Bunda selalu berusaha untuk kata siapa wanita itu lemah. Wanita itu kuat. Tapi Bunda kenapa lebih mendalami dan mencintai silet itu? Itu yang menurut Bunda ekstrim ya.
I love what you did with the razor blades.
Oh yeah.
I love the eating.
Thank you.
This next practitioner is performing under circumstances that are unpredictable.
Perbedaannya dengan debus, mereka menggunakan senjata tajam ataupun benda-benda mati. Di sini kita memainkannya dengan hewan ataupun makhluk hidup.
Ini belum diikat loh, belum diikat. Enggak, ini enggak.
You seeing this?
A king cobra can deliver so much venom in a single bite that it can kill a full-grown elephant.
Wow.
It's mesmerizing to watch Fitz perform with the king cobra. He's unbelievable. I can't think of anything equal to it. A performance where the risk is so high. I might have just found my next obsession.
With the snakes, it's like a great white shark. Like its eye is like dead. You know, it's like you can't connect to it. Or at least I've never felt that connection.
Fitz has the most incredible snake act that I've ever seen. He appears to have a special trust in these deadly creatures, and I want to understand his methods. I'm traveling east from Banton to Fitz's home in Sumedang. Wild snakes are common here, and Fitz often rescues them from hunters who would otherwise sell them for their meat and skin.
You ready?
first, Fitz wants to test me. To see how well I can follow his directions with snakes that can strike at incredible speed.
Dan ular ini dia mempunyai medium venom.
I'm not in love with the concept of medium venom.
Ya, ini udah posisi menyerangnya.
It's crazy. Is there a position that it can't bite?
Ular ini susah.
It's hard with the snake. It bit like we munch.
Dengan ular tersebut dengan cara menggigit.
Just keeps biting.
Itu hanya sebagian dari atraksi kita. Kita mempunyai kelebihan.
Holy. Damn! I'm ready.
Apa ya?
Hold here.
Ya.
Like this.
Like this.
Here.
Oke. Good. Ya, cukup. Ayo lepas dikit-dikit.
Now just let
Ya.
go.
Ya, lepaskan. 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 Terus. Terus. Oke. Boleh, boleh.
Yeah, you can move your right hand
Slowly.
closer to the head.
Yes.
Good, good.
Gently.
Wait.
I'm told not to react even knowing that this venomous snake could easily bite me. And if I can't handle this, then I'm not going any further.
Lebih aktif ngeluarin lidah karena dia
saying it's like not the best time to play with it.
Because it's nocturnal. Maybe we continue tomorrow.
Yeah.
Dr. Miles.
Thank you. The king cobra?
Ya, King Cobra.
Blindfolded?
Apa yang saya lakukan sangat beresiko tinggi. Jadi saya memutuskan untuk tidak melakukannya lagi. Jika si King Cobra ini menggigit saya, ya kemungkinan saya akan mati.
These are your daughters?
Ya,
Beautiful. Are your daughters afraid when you do this?
sangat-sangat jarang anak saya itu untuk menyaksikan. Takutnya anak saya itu meniru dengan apa yang saya lakukan.
I understand that very well.
I also have a daughter, and so I'm much more calculated when it comes to life-threatening risks. Fitz believes that he can teach me how to interact with king cobras, but I have a long way to go.
Can you put the
Put the
sunglasses?
glasses on?
Yes, now.
From far distances, the spitting cobra can shoot its venom with precise accuracy.
Should I move away a little bit?
Ya.
If it gets in your eyes, you can easily go blind.
Tahu apa yang dilakukan di India yang memakai atraksi ular yang pakai suling?
If you know the attraction in India,
Jadi dia fokusnya
with
bukan
the
ke
flute,
suara sulingnya,
it's
tetapi
focusing
ke
not
gerakan
to the
suling.
sound, but to the movement of the flute.
Ah, so when they play the flute, they're looking at the
Yeah.
movement. I see. What Fitz has mastered is his use of misdirection.
Dia itu adalah mangsa.
If you can distract him in front, Fitz will go around him and touch his
Head.
head from behind.
Mau mencoba
You
menyentuh.
want to try to touch the back of his head?
Back of the head?
This.
Yeah.
Oke. 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 Oke.
mentally prepped for that. So if I touch the snake, I touch him here.
Yeah,
This.
yeah. But you don't move. Okay. Slowly. Slowly. Jadi kamu harus tenang, relax. Coba. Terus.
Go on,
Terus,
go on.
terus.
You can go on, David.
Terus.
Go on.
Terus. Dia udah fokus ke depan dia.
The snake is focusing on Fitz.
Here?
Yeah. Terus.
I will see you guys in a little bit. Okay, that was great. I think for today we're good with the spinning cobra.
Are you soft?
What's funny about what's happening today, very good for now, is the learning curve is happening in front of everybody, which makes me super awkward.
Apakah kamu bisa melihat perbedaan antara
The king cobra can straight away move around his head.
Pivot very fast, and this is a wild one, so it's not used to handling.
It's imperative that I learn from Fitz how to understand the king cobra's behavior. They're among the most intelligent of snakes. They have fangs as sharp as hypodermic needles, and their strike can beat faster than a human's reaction time.
wow. Jika kita tetap diam,
If we stood still, it will not attack. It will only observe and then he will go away.
mau lihat?
You see?
Si komunikasi saya dengan ular ini jadi cukup diucapkan dalam hati saja. Seolah-olah kita ada hubungan batin dengan si ular ini. Dan kita seolah-olah serasa sudah menjadi pasangan yang sedang menari. Dia ikut menari. Yang ideal seperti saya dengan ular ini punya ikatan batin yang cukup kuat di saat tapi kamu harus sangat-sangat kalem dan tenang.
You have to like trust that the snake will not attack.
I like what Fitz does so much because it's primal. It's just him and the king cobra.
Dan saat saya mencium si ular king cobra ini, seolah-olah itu benar-benar terjadi. Saya ngomong sama dia, tolong dong tenang, saya mau mencium kamu.
That's crazy. Wow.
Ilmu yang saya dapat dari ular ini, kita bisa menjalin hubungan, jangankan dengan manusia ya, kita dengan hewan aja bisa menjalin hubungan dengan baik, tergantung kita.
To watch Fitz perform is both beautiful and terrifying.
I've got this image of Fitz kissing the king cobra in my head. And once I get stuck on the idea, like it becomes
it becomes this internal obsession where I can't take it out of my mind. And against all common sense, I know that I'll regret it if I don't at least give it a try.
It's incredible. You're an incredible teacher.
Thank you.
Make it possible.
Thank you for trusting him.
Thank you.
I definitely trust Fitz. Unfortunately, his home country of Indonesia does not produce anti-venom specifically for a king cobra. But he tells me that Thailand does. If the snake bites me, at least I'll have a fighting chance of survival. Before I leave, the Daebus practitioners have invited me to one last performance. One of the acts involves walking on red-hot coals. And for one of the men, eating them.
Is he okay?
For today, it will not hurt.
For years, I've read about performers eating red-hot coals.
Seperti ini. Jangan di lidah gitu ya.
I quickly learned that there was no trick to this, and for days after, my mouth, throat, and esophagus were burned, making it difficult to swallow. But I need to focus, because I can't afford even the slightest mistake. Thailand is one of the only countries in the world that produces anti-venom for the king cobra. It's an extremely dangerous job because even after they milk the snake, it can still kill. The anti-venom can be life-saving. Bangkok has a remarkably high snake population for an urban area. On average, a snake encounter is reported to emergency services every 15 minutes.
Bangkok fire stations received more than 34,000 calls.
I'm here in Bangkok to meet Chris Shannon, a snake handler who actually worked at one of these facilities and was bitten. The anti-venom saved his life, yet his love of snakes is so strong that he's willing to risk his life to educate people about them.
Hey, little buddy.
Snakes are so misunderstood. I've made it my life goal to do what I can when it comes to conservation, protecting the numbers.
This is Fitz's first time leaving Indonesia. I asked him to join me in Thailand so we can continue our training.
Terima kasih.
Sami-sami.
Thank you for coming.
I think the two of them together can help me better understand the king cobra.
Fitz, look.
Chris lives with about 100 venomous snakes.
It's incredible.
All right, this is the king room.
Oh my.
Some of them are rescues.
Wow.
That's Skittles.
Skittles?
Being around him, it's easy to forget that even one scratch from a fang can kill you.
Hi, Skittles, it's me again.
It's very rare to see someone handle a king cobra with this level of confidence and ease.
And right outside?
By coincidence, Chris's near-fatal snake bites happened exactly 1 year apart and on my birthday.
One was April 4th, 2014, and another April 4th, 2015. And this one, I was like, okay, I'm probably gonna die now. My heart stopped for 7 seconds at the hospital. I felt like I was falling through this black abyss. And then I woke up. I didn't even know. Starting to realize we mean him no harm.
Seeing Chris's level of comfort and ease around the king cobras is helping me mentally prepare.
Yeah, now you can touch it. When I talk to snake performers, there's no real retirement in our line of work. You just keep going, keep pedaling until one day you don't. But I don't know, a mentor of mine, he did all of this and he was kissing venomous snakes over 23 years. And he got to the age of 42 and he died of diabetes. So in my mind, I'm like, I'm just gonna do what I love doing and share what I love doing. And when my time comes, it's my time. I guess I don't think too much into it.
For thousands of years, magicians have tried to demonstrate their powers by performing with serpents. It's almost like they're showing their ability to defy death, or to face death and control it. And there's a beauty to that. Nothing in my career compares to my experience with these cobras in Southeast Asia. It's the first stunt that I've ever done where I feel like one false move can easily lead to death.
You can stand back, okay?
I've spent the last several months mentally and physically preparing myself to engage with the king cobra. Whoa! Studying the king cobra's behavior and learning to be able to try this for myself.
Maybe like this.
Fitz and Chris have been teaching me different approaches.
Move your leg, yes, like that.
And my confidence is slowly increasing. Fitz shows me how to first gently push down on the cobra's head. Touch here?
Yeah.
To see if it is focused enough for the kiss and less likely to turn away.
Yeah.
Okay?
Snake like that.
If you're leaning down for the kiss, no second thoughts. If you move wrong, that one mistake could be your last.
Heart rate's going. I walk out.
Okay.
Okay. What was really powerful
Wanna try?
was giving the water. When I gave the cobra water to drink, I felt a connection. He's drinking it.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Like all animals, I think they're very sensitive. I feel that.
Exactly.
I feel confident that I'm surrounded by the best team possible. But I'm losing sleep over what I have to do.
Slowly. Ready for tomorrow?
Yes.
Okay.
Thank you for keeping me safe.
You're welcome.
Even though I've been obsessing over this moment, I know I'll never be ready.
But you good. Hidupnya David ada di tangan saya. Jadi saya harus tetap fokus untuk menjaga si ular ini. Terhadap kita fokusnya ini. Dan saya sangat-sangat gugup.
Good, Fitz?
Good. Here. Yeah. Can move closer slowly. Don't forget your leg. Yeah. First time you try touch. Okay. Slowly. 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 Yeah.
Yep.
Take a breath.
Good?
Good. Right, yeah. Good. Okay, slowly. Yeah, yeah. Wait. Slowly.
In this moment,
Slowly.
nothing else exists.
Okay, that's enough. Good. Go. Good. Can stand back. Okay.
That was the most stressful kiss of my life.
That's good.
Fits.
A little.
That one, my heart was racing, yeah.
Karena semua profesi mempunyai resiko. Dan resiko yang di atraksi ular ini nyawa taruhannya. Aku hanya bisa pasrah pada yang di atas.
I couldn't have done this without the teachers I've met along the way. And I am forever grateful to them for sharing the traditions and knowledge that kept me safe. This was one of the most terrifying moments of my entire life. And yet, somehow, one of the most beautiful. When I was 5 years old, I held my first deck of cards. I never wanted to let them go. I was doing basic tricks, but I believed that I could make my mother's day by doing a simple magic trick.
Just give it one hit like that, and again.
So I learned another one, then another one, and another one. But then I began to realize that magic can be so much more. Now, for the first time, I'm searching all around the world to seek out the most extraordinary people with the most incredible skills, performing things that seem impossible. Real feats that look like magic. They're giving me a crash course and letting me into their world. And I'm trying things that I could have never imagined to be possible.
I will see you guys in a little bit.
This will be the most intense journey of my life.
That looks so good!
You can tell a lot about people just from their reactions. Brazilians are so expressive. And that's why Brazil has always been one of my favorite places to perform magic. Just being here inspires me to try things that I only ever dreamed of.
How you doing, David?
How you doing, brother?
Good to see you.
I'm lucky to have friends all over the world who are great magicians. Bernardo's one of them. He grew up here, doing magic all over Rio. He's brought me to a place most visitors and even many Brazilians would not enter.
So here's the biggest favela in Rio. It's called Rocinha. I spend most of my childhood here with so many friends.
People often think of favelas as places filled with crime and violence. But Bernardo doesn't see them that way at all.
There are hundreds of thousands of people living here in less than 1 square mile. It's like a city within a city. I feel like you can find all forms of magic here, in the places you would least expect.
É com grande alegria que hoje recebemos na maior favela da América Latina o nosso mestre, Mineirinho! Show de mágica na Rocinha hoje.
I've always been drawn to performers whose acts are authentic and unpredictable. The street is a tough stage, and I respect anyone who can build an audience and keep them there.
Vai como é que eu pulo? Vou pular.
Wow, these are sharp.
Yes. Vamos pular, dar uma salva de palmas bem forte para Jesus.
Bem, tô aqui com o coração na mão, mas faz parte da vida do artista, né?
Com grande alegria, a maior favela do Brasil, a Rocinha recebe... Suprema! vou quebrar esse coco.
I'm gonna break this coconut.
Mas antes de quebrar,
But before I break it,
eu vou descascar ele
I will
no meu
peel it off
dente.
using my teeth.
I love this.
Duro, duro, duro. O Brasil não é para amadores. Sabe por quê? Porque nós, artistas, nós fazemos diferente. Como em forma de maluquice, nós temos todo o cuidado. Com vocês, Super Maluco! Uma agora pra outra! Uma agora pra outra! É o Super Maluco! Arteval Ativista!
No. I'll stay back here.
Some of my favorite performers don't even realize that they're magicians.
Quer que coloque outra?
No. Where did you learn
Onde você aprendeu isso?
Eu sou um treinador de cobra. Há um tempo atrás eu me acidentei. Dali eu vi que eu era resistente à dor.
That's crazy.
Que eles veem o meu sofrimento, ali eles tomam para ele como exemplo de superação para a vida dele.
Wow.
Arteval Ativista!
E a questão da dor, ela é passageira.
This is a crazy one.
É filmagem.
Wow. Obrigado.
Isso é só o início!
Arteval, Mestre Ligeirinho, and Super Maluco. They were doing things that I hadn't seen before.
It's amazing how they make everything just look so vibrant.
Yeah. People are very proud. Many lived here their entire life. Oh my God.
Oh, wow.
Walking hundreds of feet above Rocinha is Rafael. He's a masterful slackliner who performs his stunts worldwide.
Look at the kids. Oh, that's crazy.
Nice to meet you,
Nice
Rafa.
to meet you.
That was incredible.
Hi, Bernardo.
How are you doing?
It has always been a big dream of mine to rig a line over a favela because I think it's a good representation of Brazil, the resilience, the ways Brazilian people strive in their lives. I've been talking with the community, going to different rooftops. I've always wanted to connect in a very deep and meaningful way with people here and rig a highline that would inspire curiosity.
But I've always loved bringing things that people would never see into unexpected places, and this is exactly that.
I feel a privilege, you know, it's like, it's fulfilling.
Take one. Look at it. And it landed under your watch. Turn your wrist over.
Que é isso? Puxa vida!
You think I can learn it?
Segue assim. Pegada pra cá. Só coisa ela mais pra cá que ela vai.
Yeah. So, this is an extremely dangerous act that I would only learn from Mestre Ligeirinho, who shared his secret techniques behind the scenes.
Aí depois.
People often don't believe that what I'm doing is real.
Whoa. That looks insane.
The problem is, I sometimes get so consumed with something
The knife is on the very edge. Your nervous system.
that I don't even think about the repercussions. I'm usually willing to accept pain and extreme danger. And sometimes even a little embarrassment.
Stay centered and calm and relaxed, you know? Yeah, as opposed to like dancing.
But it's all worth it because I get to meet remarkable people like Rafael. Now he's taking me to a bridge in Rio that is a sacred spot for two powerful women who are pioneers of high diving in Brazil.
Jackie Valente, the wild card diver of Brazil.
My name is Jacqueline Valente.
Ora aí está Jackie Valente. Jackie Valente from Brazil performing the women's world's most difficult dive. Sensational. The bravery required is supreme.
The second athlete in Brazil is coincidentally my sister.
Diver Patty Valente. It's been challenging over the years. Brazil doesn't quite have the training facilities to train at these heights.
The highest platform here is 10 meters high, but our competition is double, so exactly 20 meters. So exploring Rio de Janeiro, we found this bridge where we train the Joatinga Bridge.
That was beautiful. So when did you first do a high dive?
Back in 2007. Let's show you the place where we stand. Do you want to watch?
Yeah, great.
Ready, set, dive.
They make it look effortless. But I know the obstacles they've overcome to be world-class divers.
The hardest dive in the world.
Valente on top of the leaderboard.
She looks emotional.
When we are training, there is a lot going on that you can't really prepare for because you never know what's going to be under the water. And the bridge itself, it's something that brings the concentration which we needed to keep competing no matter what difficulties we face.
I'm obsessed with people that do real things that most people think are impossible. I see all of the challenges that you face, and despite that, you've pioneered the sport here.
True.
That's amazing. And you're pushing yourself, and you're doing things that nobody should do. And you will feel the impact of it, but you're creating what's real magic, and that's the beauty of it.
Sorry.
Why did you cry when I said that?
Because I heard this from a lot of the people who compete with me, and they say the same words, like that I make things what seems impossible without training, with this kind of conditions, make true and push the sport to which, yeah, it's a...
You're gonna make me cry.
Sorry.
No, it's beautiful. You're both very special, very poetic. Finding you has been a blessing.
Thank you. That's right.
It's the best way.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, of course. Brazil is the 5th largest country by area with over 200 million people. One of those people is a conservationist, ER doctor, and a fearless explorer who's going to lead me into the Brazilian wild. She's currently in Benito, a small town that's considered the gateway to the Pantanal, the largest tropical wetland in the world.
This is beautiful jungle.
Perfect. Karina is inspirational.
Don't worry about the jaguars.
I'll follow you. In the past decade, she summited Everest and K2. She's also free-dived with countless apex predators. And today, she's invited me to join her search for one of Brazil's most elusive creatures.
Fala aí, Jucão.
Oi, Karina. É prazer.
Juca is going to be driving the boat for us.
Obrigado.
Let's go.
We're traveling down the Rio Formoso, one of the only rivers in the world where you can find anacondas.
Juca is the most experienced guy around anacondas in the world.
Juca is tracking anacondas that exceed 25 feet and weigh more than 500 pounds. He believes that the legends people tell here carry an important message about the consequences of disrupting the balance of nature.
Tem a história que tem uma sucuri presa numa caverna, que o dia que ela saísse dessa caverna, ela ia engolir Bonito inteiro. Entendeu? Pela preservação, pela destruição.
Wow.
Exato.
The female anaconda significantly outsizes the male, and Juca's on a search for one in particular.
Big Mama.
Big Mama.
Big Mama's nice.
Bem na direita fica ela aí.
Hidden in these waters lies an almost mythological creature.
Vamos ver algo brilhando aí na margem, Jucão. And she can be anywhere.
Semana passada ela estava aqui em cima do galho, assim, ó.
Anacondas are ambush predators, sometimes laying in wait in the branches of trees for whatever prey passes by. They've even been known to eat wild pigs and jaguars.
Qual? Bem na esquina. Vou virar pro seu lado. Tá subindo aqui, subindo.
I'm seeing her.
David, juntos. Pode pular. Karina, ela tá vindo pra cá.
incredible.
It's just unbelievable. If anybody experienced what I just saw, I feel like they can't be afraid of him.
Part of diving for me, it's to show and raise awareness why they need to be preserved and why we're not right when we kill those animals.
She's magical. And you're in her river, in her natural environment.
It's true.
I felt a complete sense of wonder. Karina knows this feeling firsthand. It's driven her to achieve incredible feats. In 2017, Karina became the first person to traverse a more than 2,000-degree lava lake. What do you think led you to do these things?
People ask me, and I'm like, life is just one, and it's now. And you don't want to have it ordinary. You want to be spectacular. Crazy, huh?
Whoa!
I call the best volcanologists in the world, and they're like, no, I'm not gonna help a girl kill herself in a lava lake. I'm like, no, it's possible, we can do it. It was so magical.
That image. I feel like it's not even a daredevil. I feel like what you do, it's like an exploration.
Yeah.
I'm sure Houdini would have been fascinated by Karina. He also created unforgettable, death-defying images. Of all the magicians I studied, Houdini impacted me the most, and it was his stunts that would spark my imagination. For years, I've had this idea in my head of jumping from a bridge on fire, igniting my body, and then just jumping into the water. That would be, for me, the most amazing.
I understand your passion. Oh, man.
My most challenging stunts have involved water, air, earth. But the one element that I've avoided is fire. Houdini only attempted one fire stunt that nearly ended in disaster, calling fire the most terrible of elements. I want to do this fire stunt here, but I'm definitely going to need some help.
A friend of mine, he is the guy for fire.
Karina's taking me to meet one of the only people that believed in her volcano mission.
Let's go down here.
I'll follow you.
Okay.
He's a veteran stuntman who loves fire.
Primeiro, eu quero propor para vocês da gente colocar fogo em suas mãos. Esse é o gel. Esse é o primeiro passo para startar o fogo. Ele é quase 100% água. Agora eu tô colocando a camada que vai pegar de fato fogo.
Tell him he better protect my hands, because to a magician, the hands are everything.
And to a doctor as well.
Eu acredito que fogo tem esse poder de transformação. Fogo sempre foi, né, e sempre será o elemento mais poderoso. Então, acabei me apaixonando por esse elemento ao longo da vida. Pronto?
Yeah.
Fire is so mesmerizing. It's the only thing that matters in the moment. It's all-consuming, and you can't take your eyes off of it.
Você influencia um pouco esse fogo, mas você tem que aprender a dançar com esse fogo. É uma dança. No Brasil, a gente está totalmente à mercê da natureza.
I feel like in Brazil there's an energy to make anything happen. This environment of curiosity, passion, unpredictability. Everybody that I've met, they're all doing things that are unique and different. This is a perfect place to try to bring a bridge jump to life. But I have a lot to learn.
Let's warm up a little bit. Normally, what kind of stretch you do?
No flexibility whatsoever.
No flexibility?
No. I'm back in Rio to meet with high divers Jackie and Patty Valente. I want to do the jump using their bridge. I trained 20 years ago to jump into boxes. And then the last jump that I did, the shoulder ripped out. Let me explain. So I have a show in Vegas, and I thought the best way to start would be to jump 8 stories into a pile of empty cardboard boxes. And the least risky way to do this is to land flat on your back. Don't pull my arm. We need a doctor here. I made one slight misstep in the execution of my jump, and that caused me to dislocate my shoulder on impact. Luckily, there happened to be an orthopedic surgeon's convention that weekend. They popped my shoulder back into place and I finished the show. But I never fully recovered.
So, in your conditions, why you want to do that?
I get it stuck in my head and then it
You remind me when I was younger. I did competition using only one arm.
Where do you think you got that mindset?
That's what I love to do.
Because it was in your mind.
It was in my mind.
Yeah. Well, what can happen?
I seen people in competitions get
Smack themselves.
knocked out. Knocked
Yeah.
out. It's like a crashing a car, pretty much the same impact, and that's why we try the most to get into a vertical line and to disappear in the water. Then this is the line which you want to hit in the water. Don't look down. Yeah, and step. Arm to the side because it gives you balance. But the first mistake you did it, the leg. Straight. The feet need to be flexed. Straight. Pushing forward. Straight. You have to try to keep your head straight. If you want to look, the water don't gonna go away. She's gonna be always there. Next, we go up to 5 meters.
Super tight.
Super tight. Squeeze your bum. Let's go once again. You cannot do this. Your chest forward.
Should we try the last jump?
Never last one more.
Yeah. So we do one more?
From 10 meters. Keep your head straight.
But the dive is only half of the picture. What if we just use a Zippo lighter? This looks amazing.
You gotta be extremely careful about this, David. It's a very dangerous maneuver from a bridge on fire from that high.
I called Dana Kunze. He's a dear friend
Dana Kunze will be the 5th man up the ladder. Dana's only
who
22.
broke the world record for the highest dive at 172 feet.
All right!
He also trains fire divers. I started working with him about 15 years ago.
I want you to remember, too, when we were down there training in Florida before, you were bruised purple from your ankles to your wrists.
I also ended up shattering my tailbone, which put a hard stop to everything.
What are your thoughts, Dane, on the main things that I should pay attention to?
You know, typically in our shows, we're jumping from 32 feet. My concern for you, because you're diving from twice as high, you've got twice the exposure for getting burnt. In fact, we had a diver that got burnt up pretty bad. I've got this picture here of what happened to him when he caught the wind in the wrong direction.
I'm so lucky to be surrounded by some of the best experts in the world. Andre somehow secured us exclusive access to this abandoned fort to train for the fire jump.
O forte representa a intensidade do fogo, talvez a intensidade da batalha.
He wants to test what I'm capable of and assess what I need to learn to see whether the bridge jump is possible.
Thank you.
He wanted to do this test at a location that's meaningful and historic. So he brought me to the place that the French used to call the Rat Trap, or Le Ratier.
Incredible. Like a maze.
In 1555, France invaded modern-day Rio, fortifying the coast. The fort later served as a maximum security prison before falling to ruin over 2 decades ago.
So that goes to the roof? Wow!
E essa energia de um lugar que aconteceu tantas coisas ao longo, né, de tantos anos, séculos, então eu quero que ele sinta, né, também essa intensidade, essa pressão, porque se por algum motivo, no dia do grande salto, ele sentir essa pressão, ele já vai ter calma no caos. Isso que a gente vai fazer aqui, algo gradativo, um passo a passo.
Andre wants me to connect with fire.
Já passando.
To respect it.
Yeah, great.
Bora?
Yeah.
Bora? A gente vai colocar calça jeans dele, a gente vai colocar fogo.
But I need to learn how much I can withstand before I get burned.
You're the only person who can tell what the limit is.
Yeah. Não deixa passar.
Don't
okay?
let it cross the limit.
3, 2, 1.
Fala pra ele não respirar.
Don't breathe.
A fumaça é muito tóxica.
It's critical to hold my breath starting the second I'm lit on fire.
Então ela entra no pulmão e pode causar danos pro resto da tua vida.
Yeah.
And to keep my eyes closed for the entire jump.
E se você abrir os olhos com a chama alta, você vai ficar cego, né, instantaneamente, não tem o que fazer.
Time is the crucial factor.
Quando você sente que está queimando, é porque já está queimando. Mas para não deixar muito tempo.
Let me take it off. Yeah.
13 seconds.
I waited. It burned.
Have him put this on your arm real quick.
Burn remedy.
Você tem que entender qual o tempo certo.
Yeah. Go outside.
O fogo, a sua chance de erro é 0%. Como dublê, é a cena das mais perigosas que existe. Então tem a parte física, como estou mentalmente. E cada vez que você faz, você tem que lidar com elementos diferentes.
And the key is that there are still so many unknowns in this stunt that you're doing.
Yeah, but that's not.
And we've got away with it.
This is our worst problem.
Yeah, we've got away with it so far. The amount of heat you felt there, 2 arms.
Se você quebra um braço, uma perna, lá você engessa, recupera e volta. E se você queima, não tem o que fazer.
If we burn you now, yeah, we don't get to our objective.
Yeah. I now know that from the moment they light me on fire, I'll have less than 20 seconds to make it into that water
5 minutos.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
before I'm in trouble.
We're moving, guys. We're moving.
Everyone's ready!
Yeah, a Firebird is a 60-foot dive is nothing to play with.
I'm gonna walk unfired up a platform, which will go to the edge of the bridge.
Okay.
I'll only have 20 seconds, and this is 4 times the height of my jump at the fort. The bridge jump was just sifting in my brain for years. I never would have imagined this stunt would happen in Brazil. And it's all driven by this incredible crew.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna look?
From a medical point of view, we'll be ready for anything.
Her dream is the fire, because she does the volcanoes, and your dream is a high dive. So I found the two of you to combine my dream and make it a possibility.
For sure.
Let's get ready.
Lembra de concentrar mais onde vai o combustível. Por mais que você tenha planejado, treinado, preparado, quando é hora de entrar em ação de verdade, tudo muda. Eu vou checar como tá lá em cima. O problema é rajada de vento.
There she goes, 7.7, 8.8.
Existe risco real. Best, we're 40 knots. O fogo e o vento, aqui estaria sambando, eu briguei o fogo no rosto do... 10 minutos a tractana tá pronta lá, tá? Ô Jaque, você saltaria nesse vento agora?
No jump.
Não tá parando o vento. Nesse momento não tem como.
In this moment?
Não.
No.
Go tell David that we've got to call it now.
You need to find calm and peace within the chaos. This is what Andre taught me. Playing with fire, you're never fully in control. But we're not giving up.
Perfect.
Excelente.
It's now what I love. No one is here. It's beautiful conditions, and there's no wind.
At about 6:15, when the sun rises, I'm gonna do the jump.
got it, Bruce.
I came to Brazil hoping to create one image that would tell a story. But what we've done here tells many. We've built something together. With Jackie and Patty, who bring grace and heart to everything they do. And Karina, who stares down the impossible. And Andre, who put all of the pieces together.
That was a life-changing experience.
A aventura está muito conectada com a nossa cultura. O povo brasileiro, acho que tem esse calor, sabe? Essa chama dentro dele.
It's a country with an energy that just sweeps you away. The discoveries, the beauty, the people, and their generous spirit. I've learned so much from so many,
And I will never, ever, ever forget this.
Growing up, I never felt like I fit in. I wasn't the fastest or the strongest, but I found a skill that set me apart. Endurance. It all began with extreme cold. This became my lifelong obsession. Discover things that seem impossible, magical, death-defying. I'm traveling to the Arctic Circle in the middle of winter. This is Lapland, where Finland meets Norway, Sweden, and Russia. It's a punishing environment. During this time of the year, temperatures can drop to -50 degrees Fahrenheit. It's sparsely populated, and in this part of the world, there are more reindeer than people.
1, 2, 3.
It's an unusual place to go searching for magic in the snow-covered wilderness.
It's what you would imagine the ultimate winter wonderland to be.
But I'm on a search for people who endure this freezing environment to perform superhuman feats.
All right. Don't die. Yep. Oh, yeah. Oh! Yeah!
good? Oh my God! Oh, it's so fun. What? Whoa! I look up at like 1,000 feet of just flat rock with snowy tops, and it's just so mighty, and I feel stronger every time.
Ken has been called the last Viking on Earth.
I draw my power from the Vikings, who would scream their way into battle. They would run toward death without fear.
He's from Norway, where the death dive was created.
A Norwegian death dive, it looks like you're gonna land flat on your stomach, but in the last millisecond, you tuck in and protect yourself.
In 2023, Ken broke the world record for the highest death dive when he jumped 132 feet into a fjord.
The hard thing for that jump was definitely the mental barriers, because it's high enough to definitely kill you. You have to be okay with the outcome. Did my first backflip on the ground when I was 15, around then.
And then did you have dive training?
No, that was something we did like a result of many years of doing tricking and parkour and gymnastics, and then it just evolved.
Ken transforms the landscape into his own playground.
This is the ancient art of getting to know the snow before you jump in it, you know? Gotta befriend the snow so it doesn't hurt us tomorrow. It's been something we made jokes about, but I kind of feel it's true too. I feel like it was to get to know the snow and get to know the nature and pay respects. You ready for this?
Yeah.
Let's go!
We found an area with high cliffs and enough snowfall for Ken to teach me a bit of his jumping techniques.
No rocks. Should be good.
Yeah.
To make sure your face is protected, you want to use your elbows to shoot in. And when you feel like, now I'm flying, try to meet the ground.
Yeah.
If you're on the ground, and smack it.
When I get up to the top, it actually looks and feels much higher. And for Ken, this isn't even a warm-up jump. I suddenly understand how much mental discipline his jumps demand.
3, 2, 1, go! Good?
Yeah, I took a next shot. I'm just kidding.
There's one more thing I want you to see.
This is crazy.
Watching you, that's something I really respect.
That commitment to one idea. Magic is that, because everything else disappears.
Yeah. You have to know the risk and you have to feel the fear.
Yeah.
But before, it's you just have to remove every limitations in your mind to be able to overcome it.
Yeah.
Ken's right. It's important to understand the risks and be prepared. For my first televised stunt, I wasn't. I failed on live TV when I tried to remain encased in a block of ice for 3 days and 3 nights.
It started with the initial idea of, I just love how ice looks. And then I started thinking, what if I could be inside of it?
I committed to doing it in the most public place possible. I wanted to break myself out of the ice at the end. But at 63 hours, my safety team ended the stunt early because I was hallucinating and on the brink of collapse.
He's been held together by spitting adrenaline inside. The adrenaline is now gone. We gotta make sure he doesn't go into shock.
I was destroyed. The ice had done more damage to me than any stunt that I've ever done.
Being in the block of ice changed my outlook on everything. I pushed my mind and body to the breaking point. That failure is what led me to this search. For people who are mentally tough in the most extreme environments. Now I'm going to meet Inca Cagnasso, a world-class Finnish skydiver. Watching Inca dance in the sky, it's easy to forget the risks involved, especially in this climate.
Wow. Jeez. That is unbelievable.
When I was a kid, I went through the dark, cold winters, like walking to school when it's like minus 30 Celsius. And you really need to find a mindset. You just need to toughen up.
It takes real endurance to train for hours on end in the wind tunnel, let alone to fly in sub-zero temperatures as Inca does. One of my favorite activities is jumping out of airplanes. I've done it more than 500 times. The feeling is exhilarating. But I've never done it in these freezing conditions, which makes it much more dangerous.
Wow. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
How many hours do you have?
I have maybe like 5,500 hours now.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot. Ready to fly?
Inca is taking me on an Arctic skydive, where I will experience the coldest natural environment that I've ever been in. But first, she wants to test our ability to jump together. Inca's longtime collaborator, Laudy, is joining us.
When we're watching beautiful videos of skydiving, we don't see the part that's so important, which is the camera flyer.
Laudy's camera is strapped to his helmet, and it's heavier than a bowling ball.
Stacking those 9 kilos to your head and then jumping out of the plane and going 300 kilometers towards the ground is a bit nuts.
It's a huge airfield.
But I see those patches of ice.
The runway and all the bit that
Okay.
that's very slippery.
3 years ago, I had a bad landing and I broke my ankle.
You know, I broke the bone in multiple places, ripped 3 ligaments. I never really recovered the ankle.
And because of this accident, I stopped skydiving.
I can see that it's at the back of his head, like, is this gonna happen again? Am I potentially gonna hurt my ankle again?
The longer I didn't skydive, the more difficult it has become to get back into the sport. But jumping with Inca here presents a rare and beautiful opportunity to build back both my confidence and push my ability to tolerate the cold. But anytime you skydive in freezing temperatures, you need to consider other risks. Your equipment is more likely to malfunction, and your response time is much slower because the cold numbs your extremities.
Let's do it.
Do it.
We want to get up in the air as soon as we can because the clouds are starting to come in. The cloud cover distorts depth perception, which makes landing much more dangerous. At 12,000 feet, the temperatures will drop to -40 degrees. I've decided to jump in a t-shirt, which will give me more mobility.
So beautiful above the clouds. I was having the time of my life. David was smiling.
I have roughly 45 seconds in a free fall to capture Inga doing her magic. But as I open my parachute, I start having problems. My goggles are getting fogged. Clouds and snow are making it harder to see how close I am to the ground. Then, when I start to flare my canopy, my steering lines are tangled. I realize that I'm coming in too fast.
I saw him laying on the ground and he was not moving for like way too long. I started running. And thanks God I saw him moving again. I've lost a lot of friends in the sport, and whenever something like this happens, it's very triggering.
Are you okay? There's so many unknowns in this sport. Your chute might not open. Your goggles might fog up. Anything can happen.
I suffered spinal fractures, but I'm also super grateful to walk away from it.
There's a word in Finnish language that's called sisu, which would probably translate to something like persistence or stubbornness. Like, you watch me, I'm gonna get it done.
The doctors asked me if I'm gonna fly again. I said, yes, of course. I just needed to take care of my mind first and then build back my body.
I was so concerned that he was never going to fly again because of his broken back. But in just a matter of months, he returned to the wind tunnel. Laudy is an incredible example of perseverance and determination.
Sisu is a mindset. Having to survive in harsh weather, yeah, it toughens you up.
Christian is a great magician that I've collaborated with for decades. He's invited me to Helsinki to see some incredible acts that you can only find here.
There's only light a few hours per day during the winter. So it allows your creativity to flourish and come up with new ideas.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I'm taking David to see a performance taking place on circular plates of ice, spinning on top of the frozen Baltic Sea. It's called an ice carousel. So if someone were to ask me what would be unique about Finnish magic, these guys.
This is Salla.
I feel very alive when I'm up there. And I feel like the audience is with me. I want the audience to actually forget the freezing cold.
Salla isn't just an aerialist. She's also one of the best female ice divers.
When Salla unexpectedly drops through the ice, you can feel the energy of the crowd shift. It's as if the audience is now holding their breath along with her. It's what made my favorite magician, Harry Houdini, so captivating.
Hi, nice to meet you, David.
Nice to meet you. That was amazing.
Thank you.
When I attempted the world record for breath holding, I started blacking out and my safety team had to intervene and rescue me. Just like they had to when I was encased in a block of ice. Watching Salla combine breath holding and cold endurance, I want to see what else she can do. So she's taking me to a training camp to introduce me to her team.
So what we have here today is we have the depth ropes so they can dive down.
Freediving is one of the riskiest underwater sports where you dive without any breathing apparatus. But under the ice, it's exponentially more dangerous.
If you're in 60-degree water, you can hold your breath no problem, 4 minutes, 5 minutes each time. But when you're in the Arctic and it's below zero, it's very easy to black out.
A wetsuit gives you insulation and significantly prolongs the amount of time that you can spend underwater.
Where else do they even do this kind of ice diving? There can't be that many places in the world.
No, there aren't really many.
Miro and Salla see freediving as much more than a sport.
We have basically an underwater floor flipped upside down.
Oh, right. I didn't even think of that.
We could
Because
show
you have a
Yeah,
surface
we'll
here.
definitely show you some
We
fun
could show
stuff.
you. All right,
Yep.
10 seconds.
Okay.
That looks amazing.
Miro and Salla's performance is dreamlike, but it's most people's nightmare. To be trapped under ice with no way out.
Here, the ice is 1 meter thick, so there's no way out if you don't find the hole. You get lost once, you get lost forever.
Being trapped under ice is one of the greatest nightmares.
How do you feel about it?
Well, for me, I'm excited.
I want to try something that I've never done. Holding my breath while under the ice. So we're headed 600 miles north to a training ground in the Arctic Circle.
It would be nice to go under for you to see what it's like down there and how it feels. And
I want to go under the ice in the most extreme way possible.
but first you're gonna go with the wetsuit.
What fun is a wetsuit?
It's up to you, man.
But they've convinced me to wear a mask because exposing your eyes to these temperatures is very painful.
We have the 3-meter cable which goes around your waist, and we have 3-meter radius around the rope.
So what's the line for?
You should be wearing the line.
Yeah.
Something happens to
something
you,
can
then
happen
you lose
that
your grip.
anything can happen. Even the distance is small, anything can happen actually.
There are really no room for mistakes when you are ice diving. This afternoon is about finding David's limits. What we want to see is how he reacts. Is he panicking?
Yes, it's extremely cold and the environment is extremely hostile, but it's so beautiful.
Wow. Wow. Amazing!
In order to do multiple dives without going into hypothermia, you need intense heat to bring your core temperature up. That is why the sauna is so critical to this process. The sauna was actually created in Finland more than 1,000 years ago, and it's a key safety component for this extreme sport. As soon as I leave the sauna, I have limited time. The team created a safety track 27 feet long with 2 exit points. I'll train to dive from one opening to the next without a wetsuit.
As you are going along by pulling the rope, you want to take as long strokes as possible.
Okay.
So reach the rope as far as you can, pull as low as you can.
Okay.
You take the same breathing techniques that you do before.
I'll do 3 first.
Yep.
Okay. They're teaching me how to conserve oxygen while pulling my body, because with every single movement, I'm quickly depleting my reserves.
The body uses an enormous amount of energy. So the further the coldness sort of gets in, the sooner you get really tired, and it reduces the breath hold time.
Once I understood that I could do this length, then I said, okay, well, wait, can we double it? Okay, can we triple it?
One good thing to measure that is the feelings inside of your body and brain. If you lose your focus for just a few seconds, you may get disorientated and you may not know that where to go. So that's the reason why it's important to stay focused under there. A few years back, there was a world record set on 106 meters in ice diving. I wanted to break that record. I knew that dive is going to be very, very close to my limits. And I knew that it could be even over my limits. There was some marks, like 25 meters, 50 meters, 75. 87 is the last mark I remember.
I saw him slow down, and there was a bubble coming out of his mouth, which means that he was blacking out.
I started realizing that, okay, maybe I will have to catch him and bring him up. The next thing I remember, I woke up and they were shouting me to breathe.
There's a big difference to holding your breath the way I've done it my entire life versus holding it while under the ice. Everything can shut down quickly, and you can black out within seconds.
It's intense because it was a certain distance he tried. You will let him try till the very end that he can.
Yeah.
So at the last minute, of course, we bring him up. You always trust your life to your friends, like it's in their hands eventually.
As I train, the exits continuously freeze over, and the team has to keep recutting the holes.
You cut through this
2 hours ago.
and it's already frozen over that quick?
Yeah.
What Miro says gives me an idea. When I was in the block of ice, my safety team had to cut me out. Now my goal is to escape on my own. I'll free dive 90 feet across to the only exit point, which will be frozen solid. And this time I'll do it without wearing a mask. I'll be trapped under the ice and will be forced to break my way out. When you're under the ice, trying to break through this is much more difficult. Yeah.
What's sort of an extra factor in this is that there's no holes in between. It's deadly dangerous. Especially when he's not wearing any protective gear or a mask.
When I was in the block of ice, I was 27. I'm now 50 years old. My body is completely different. Every single thing that I do, I feel the effects of it in a way that I've never felt before. The distance is 3 times what I did in training. I need to conserve every bit of oxygen so I have enough reserves to be able to break out before I black out. Whatever failures I experienced from past stunts, maybe they weren't failures. Maybe they were supposed to be.
Nice job, man.
Because it all led me here.
You guys are amazing.
Meeting these extraordinary people who, through their strength and persistence, create magic. Who seek out the most intense moments to find a heightened sense of awareness where everything becomes clear. When something's that challenging or that powerful, there are no more distractions. And through that, you can discover the beauty around you.